Hi! Everyone else has like cool intros, and I feel like I'm the one motherfucker over here that's like, hi, yeah, is anyone sitting here? Or no? Okay. Great, I'll just go ahead and get comfy. Forgot to plug in my own mic. Welcome back to my channel where I still have no fucking idea what I'm doing. So, before I even like get into this, I just wanted to address something that like completely just blew my fucking mind. Over 1,300 of you decided to stick around like on my channel, like where I am. Oh, I think that's really fucking cool. Like I really couldn't believe it. I would also just like to take a moment of silence for my hair color. Alright, if you came to my channel expecting, you know, a drama channel, exposed videos and getting into like scandals and shit, I mean, like that's perfectly fine. A lot of people do that and it works for them. It just personally, I don't think it really aligns up with who I necessarily am as a person. I feel like there's a difference between covering all these scandals and, I don't want to say obsessively keeping up with other people's lives, but there is a side to the whole drama, you know, the gossip community or whatever, that I don't think a lot of people really shine a light on, mostly because it's not viewed very favorably. And it is the undisputable fact that in that content comes a degree of, like I said, this is fine for so many people. John himself have built their channel off of this, and that's fine. It's just personally, it just doesn't align with who I am. I mean, I don't really know how else to say it. The whole shade being thrown thing, you know, it's funny and it can be fun, but most of the time it's really not. There's a difference between people who are actually going out of their way to fuck people over and just keep doing so, pretending as though it's not happening. And then there's another thing, which is kind of sticking your nose where it doesn't really belong and turning things into what the fuck ever when they're just not, you know what I mean? You know, especially the beauty drama community. I think what a good amount of people don't realize is a lot of this shadiness that is kind of having a light shed on it. In retrospect, in the big picture, I would say probably 75 to 80% of it is honestly just business. It's the business world. Nobody said it was fun. Nobody said it was cute. Nobody said it wasn't shady. And sometimes people do underhanded shit. And, you know, if you have any kind of insight into the business world, you're already abreast to things like this. It's not like this giant shocker that's turned into this like insane scandal, you know, where you're like, holy fucking shit, where some other people are kind of like, well, yeah, I mean, this isn't news, you know, like not necessarily, it's just same shit, new people. Anyway, getting way the fuck off track. As far as most of people, especially on YouTube, go, and most of these bigger content creators are not bad people, but some of them do take advantage of the platform that they're given, and that is when I feel like it's time for the community to step in and have a voice. Okay, so this is the second part to my two-part video, The Kuckian Effect, which I'm sure you already gathered from the title, and in an attempt to try and make this less of a ridiculously long video that it's already going to be, let's just jump right the fuck into this. A lot of things have happened, and I do apologize for the delay. I do plan on keeping a regular upload schedule on this channel. Anyway, okay, so nail number 6. Taking down Martin Lotus's channel forever. I'm not gonna dwell on this topic too long because, one, I feel like it's been talked about quite a bit, especially in the past month. So much so that I think that we all kind of get the picture. If not, I would go to Martin's new channel, DramaTube, and kind of catch up on the videos that he's put out about it. After Martin's channel was taken down, he gets on you now to address it and, like anyone, lick his fucking wounds on the only streaming platform that he had left. Now, keep in mind that there were multiple suspects that he and his followers had for who initially took his channel down, or at least who was the source that got the ball rolling. There was Chandler, Chris and Queen, Blue Wren, Chucky, and John Kuckian.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Out of all those people that were suspects, we only see one of them go back to the scene of the crime. But not by himself, mind you. He brought his friends.
While I was on You Now, Mr. John Kuckian, Teabag Lady, and Rich Lux come on my You Now saying not bothered. It looks really sus right now, all three of you up in this bitch saying not bothered.
It's one thing to go on his completely separate platform immediately after his channel was taken down and, you know, poke the fucking bear. But not only did he drop in unexpectedly for tea, but he brought a few of his friends with him. And I just can't help but wonder, if you know that you did nothing wrong, I don't care if the entire fucking world is pointing a finger at you. If you know that you did nothing wrong, and if the physical, tangible evidence and proof of you being guilty is just simply non-existent, you have nothing to worry about. But if you have nothing to worry about, why would you bring a small army with you? Just in case someone calls you out and it gets ugly and you have your mom men right next to you. You decide. And even though Dustin Daly wasn't even particularly fond of Martin Lewis either at the time, because he was friends with John Kuckian, he had the general respect and empathy for other human beings to leave a little uplifting quote on his stream like so many others had come on to do.
Came on and he was like, look man, I'm sorry about what happened to your channel.
And apparently that was the wrong fucking move. This is how you tweet your own friends. But then you put on this persona of being some sweet, cheeky, anti-bullying, all positivity and rainbows and fucking lollipops and bullshit, knowing it's something that people will gravitate towards and feel like they can put their trust in you. And I would tell you to go to Twitter and find these tweets for yourself, but immediately after Dustin replied with what he did, John immediately deleted his very suspicious and motive-insinuating tweets, blocked Dustin altogether.
To like indirectly tweet someone or directly tweet someone abuse, okay? But to have them blocked so they can't see it and they can't reply to you, it's like running up to someone, calling them an insult and then running. And it's like, no, if you're gonna say something, you have to stand there and stand your ground. That's what I believe in. That's what I believe in.
Look at this dude.
And then quickly jumped back onto Martin's You Now to leave a comment of uplifting support of his own.
Okay.
I don't understand everybody's problem. I mean, all of that just screams, I didn't conspire with my friends to take down this guy's channel and then go back to the scene of the crime. Nail number 7. Calling employers / stepping over a line that you just don't cross.
I was fully aware he was in London. I have eyes all over the city.
When you are a large content creator, when you have in essence built yourself up onto the platform that you now stand on in one form or another, with that comes a degree of power that unfortunately can be taken advantage of and manipulated, and does very often. And it can in fact allow you to fuck with someone's personal life if you want to badly enough.
I told a YouTuber a bit more information about me than I perhaps would share on the internet, and that content creator has gone a bit crazy, a bit psycho, a bit stalkerish, and they have in turn used that information to try and score a point against me, and I'm going to explain what's happened here. I've made a few videos that might have ruffled the feathers, well, it has ruffled the feathers of one particular YouTuber. Hopefully that YouTuber takes my advice on board, stops trying to extract innocent subscribers of their money, stops trying to be the bigger dog. I have 600 subscribers, not even that, you know, you don't need to come for me, I'm not a big threat to anybody. And because one YouTuber says something about you that you have already put out in the public domain, do you have a right to be upset about it? Absolutely. Do you have a right to get personal about it? Absolutely not.
And the worst part about that situation is he was a big fan of John's for a long time. I mean, he was a known supporter of his. He even inspired him to make his own channel on which he now creates content. Hello John. Supposedly part of the Cookie fam, right? But because he opens his eyes and voices his opinion, that somehow gives you the right to come after him in real life, put his job in jeopardy, thus his home and everything connected to that, probably his entire fucking life, like the rest of us, because it was an opposing opinion of yours.
We are entitled to have different opinions, and I think that's good, and I think we should talk about it, because I find that interesting. If two people just agree on everything, that's so boring.
And the craziest part is, this isn't even the only incident of this happening to the supposed Cookie fam. You can't build your channel and your entire fucking career on YouTube on investigating the bullshit, airing everyone's dirty laundry, but not allow the same to be done to you when someone stumbles upon the skeletons in your closet. If you're gonna stand in the kitchen, you better be able to take the fucking heat.
I'm like the Jesus of the YouTube. I always say if you can't handle the truth, get out of the kitchen.
Simple as that. Nail number 8. It's the fucking weirdest title I've ever seen. Dildos, tweens, and Amazon wish lists. But in all seriousness, you can't try and call someone else out for something as awful and damaging as being a child predator or knowing about alleged child grooming and being some kind of deviant when you leave footage in your own video with a fucking sex toy in the background. What the fuck? I mean, seriously. All through filming, editing, re-editing, exporting, uploading, and finally posting it, not once did it cross your mind maybe to, I don't know, maybe not leave that in or fucking reshoot the 3 seconds that it was in there. I mean, when most of your audience are young teenagers, a lot of them being girls, especially. And actually, it really doesn't even, sex doesn't even matter, really. It's just inappropriate altogether. I don't care if you're a purple people eater. If you're my purple people eater, I don't want you seeing that shit, okay? And creating this codependent, overbearing, intense relationship with your mostly very young preteen subscribers and almost exploiting that, knowing that they're easily influenced, and most of us at that time in our lives felt awkward and lonely and fucking unsure of everything and really just wanted someone to look up to and to kind of either take your mind off of all the bullshit or to kind of help you along the way. I don't even know. Like, you can't even make this shit up. Now, having a P.O. box, Patreon, PayPal, what the fuck ever, is great. Just about everyone and their mother has one, especially here on YouTube. And I'm sure one day, maybe I'll have a fucking P.O. box. I don't know, but probably nobody wants to send me shit, so who fucking cares? But when you're making a pretty good living off of just your main YouTube channel, your successful, totally not plagiarized artwork, I don't feel it's really right to depend on your Cookie fam and their undying loyalty to you and need to feel that fulfillment that they made you happy and get your acceptance to come through and foot the bill for the nice things that you want. Knowing how infatuated a lot of your subscribers are of you, instead of taking that and turning that into something absolutely fucking fantastic and something empowering and just fucking awesome, you use it as a tool to get ahead and to threaten others with if, God forbid, they not kiss your ass and wipe it for you too. Number 9. I mean, we're to fucking start with this seriously. You know, Dustin Daly, Peter Mon, Manny MUA, Pink Sparkles, Danny Mansuti. And, I mean, just bear with me. You said yourself you're a combination of your 5 closest friends, right? So far, you have run off every single person that you have let into your life. You have either seen an opportunity and seized it, or they didn't go along with your script, your setting, your play, your way or the fucking highway, and all of a sudden they weren't part of the Cookie fam. The Cookie fam is just really under attack. That's not a coincidence. There are always 2 sides to every story, but when your side is the only one that has either been mostly, sometimes completely fabricated, or just brushed under the rug like nothing ever happened, unless you absolutely fucking have to because everyone floods your comments and mentions, why would anybody even bother to give you the benefit of the doubt when it comes time? And especially at this point, you only get burned so many times before you stop sticking your hand in the fucking flame, right? Or in this case, how many times do you need to get bitten before you quit stepping towards the snake?
His exploitation of GG detectives only continued into that of the Jaclyn Hill Fiji scandal. When he stole the work Guru gossipers were working on with I'm Just Here for the Tea, resulting in the falling out of their friendship. John took all the stuff for his Danny Mansuti videos from here and read it. There was no new information in his videos other than her response to him on Twitter. He praises and thanks these people, yet in the public, he takes all the credit.
I dig around for hours on the internet finding things, and I get all sources talking to me. It's been fun being a detective, but now I'm just exhausted, honestly.
Samantha, naively thinking he was helping her, would interact with John in a friendly manner, but little did she know that he was screenshotting their conversations and sharing them, laughing and mocking her behind her back. Listen, I really appreciate you and the other helping me with this video. I don't want to be receiving tweets from people questioning my journalistic integrity. Just trust my work and trust that I will get what I need from her, and that will be it. This is literally exposing what she's done for the world to see. I don't want her friendship, and I don't care if people do or don't like the fact I'm researching her. Samantha sent me some emails to include, but is asking me to take them back and not use them because it's a breach of confidentiality. Oops, lol. This chick is so full of shit. She sidesteps and manipulates. The awkward moment my channel with 40k gets more views, and like a son a video than her with 800k. He has dragged other YouTubers whom he publicly supports or supported at one time behind their backs. Laughing my ass off, hi! He's been jealous of me for a long time. He isn't gaining subscribers anymore and he thinks it's because his parents are rich he deserves success. Just between me and you, him and Peter Mon are both very bitter. And the morphine comments? How can he criticize people's makeup skills when his foundation is 5 shades darker than his neck? I've also done something that will piss off Jeffrey so much. Laughing my fucking ass off, I will post it and then explain. Maybe Gigi could make sure everyone he's public with, including companies, is outed for supporting a racist.
Lily's just explaining that her side of the story really isn't out there. People ask me left and right what my side is. Mama, you've been tweeting publicly at Nessa and her friends about stuff like the bandana. I just said it will come light soon. But that's not putting my story out there. And he goes, everyone's been watching and people don't feel sympathetic towards you anymore. This is why I told you not to take the social medias or share details with anyone out there. I'll go ahead with the video in a few days and get it all out there. Then she's like, if you don't want to anymore, I understand, but please just let me know. This is a big deal for me. He goes, I just said I'll go ahead with it. She goes, okay, did you still want to do the interview with me or just use the screenshots? He said, I'll use the screenshots. She goes, why no interview now? She really wanted that interview because she was getting a lot of shit. You know what I mean? She really wanted her story out there. In a few days it will be dead and no one will care to know. This doesn't seem like something you're really interested in covering anymore. It's your choice and I respect it, but not giving me a chance to speak anymore says a lot.
Like, girl, you sat there playing the victim. She's been such a sassy bitch on Tumblr. Within private conversations, he repeatedly calls her names and seems to take a sick, twisted joy out of exposing her and turning viewers against her. I'm already exposing this bitch for coming for me before I even knew who she was. I have her on notification, lol, let the bitch send her worse. If I can handle Jeffrey, I can handle her. She's a cheeky bitch.
Don't spread any hate, please don't spread any hate, because that's not what we do.
I will really break it up and spread it out so it becomes more chill and there's less pressure, I think. Then she can't accuse me of bullying either, haha.
Oh my god. Sorry, Danny, I forgot my victim cards. There we go, I've got it now, I'm a victim. Feel sorry for me. This is so degrading. Do you not think she's comparing me to tabloid? She's like, oh, John Kuckian is a tabloid channel. Really? Boo. And she basically just said, you know, oh, all these people with these negativity, I don't want to be associated to it, they're horrible people. And I was like, you know what? I think you need to check yourself. Because I haven't done anything horrible on my channel.
Look at this dude.
We never do anything. I never send people to attack people like you do.
Look at this dude.
I never body shame people like you do. I don't promote restrictive diets like you do.
Bitch, where?
Danny basically had a mental breakdown about something else. Well, a public mental breakdown, I should add. Because for me personally, if I'm having a mental breakdown, I don't do it publicly for everyone to see across Twitter, Instagram, YouTube.
Bitch, is you blind?
I've been super patient, but it's at the point where Cookie fan members are being attacked and I'm being slandered over something that really just isn't true. There's no reason to be stressful. Like, if you don't get along with someone, don't talk to them. There's no reason to like constantly like be aggressive or be nasty or anything like that. I would never go after someone online and say mean things. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced like a domestic violence situation, but you know when someone starts harassing you because they no longer have control of you and they send you 100,000 messages desperate to get your attention, attacking you, praising you. That's really, really how this feels and how this looks. In fact, it looks even worse to me. It's when people are unhappy, they project that onto you. And all you can do is focus on your positivity. You should never change your game to match them. We have Cookie fan members in hospital, we have Cookie fan members in school, we have Cookie fan members with cancer and hospices. Like, we're so diverse and people love to literally just bash people for zero reason. Like, I always say, like, oh, you know, I'm very, like, guarded, I don't trust anyone easily, but in reality, like, I think I've been very overly trustworthy of people. And I've definitely got myself into a lot of trouble because of that. But by me creating this group, I literally had no idea it would breed. Like, all you need is one wrong person. And that person messages everyone in the group and people make an anti-group. Or you're going to go to jail, you're going to do this. And like Sam was obviously like feeding them the information. Even though she was the one that told me to do them. Like, there's so many stuff like that. But I don't want to, this video isn't about anyone else. To have her come forth to the police about and put the evidence forwards, but intention is bad, their actions will always be bad. Because I feel like for me to just come out with something just sounds outlandish and ridiculous. There's nothing I can do without the evidence. This other YouTuber, Anna, said that she told me that she had information about something very serious that she wasn't taking to the police. I would never make an allegation like that unless I was telling the truth and I had the evidence, and I have the evidence and I've gone to the police about it. There's nothing I can do without the evidence. I have the evidence and I've gone to the police about it. There's nothing I can do without the evidence. I have the evidence and I've gone to the police about it.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Half the guys are guys that have tried to speak to me, guys that have DM'd me on Instagram trying to flirt with me. They sent me inappropriate messages and I've not replied to them, or I've just been like, thank you, and then they go and make videos about me.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Now, you use people for your personal gain and then try and turn around and say that that's what happened to you and that you're the victim in it when it blows up in your face. Like, it literally always does. Somehow, some way. Always happens. I really thought that this side of you, or who you are, I guess, actually, was something that developed somewhat recently. That your initial start on this channel and in this community in general was genuine and truthful. And a lot of other people believe that too and fell for all of it. But that's not even the case. You just had a better poker face than most. and use the word family and care and love a lot. But thinking about it now, looking back, you've always been narcissistic and egotistical and manipulative and conniving and sometimes just downright fucking ugly.
Cosmetic surgery. Some go too far and some could do with a little bit more. Or maybe just a new face. That is what crystal meth does to you kids. What do you think I would look like with fillers? Hopefully not like this. Now I think I need a bit more than that, maybe a few car crashes so he can go and have his career, whatever you want to call it. It's probably nice for him to have something to do other than go to the STI clinic, and I'm happy for him, even if he's making really average to poor quality makeup products. It's fine to be friends with the bully. I thought more of you than to just be friends with people for the sake of money. You know, yes, he's an absolute wanker, but he has millions of subscribers so he can promote my product for me. This is where things really start to get a bit stupid and idiotic. I'm sorry to have to say it like that, and I'm not being two-faced because I was nicer in the interview. You know, it's really funny that you say that because my channel gets a lot more views than yours. I actually haven't heard of you before. To be honest, I think both of these basics just need some milk. She said when she uploaded the video there was no comments posted. There was comments posted because I saw them get deleted.
People's favourite thing to do with me, because they know that I'm such an advocate for anti-bullying and being positive, they want to ensure in any way, shape or form that they can to make it look like I'm a bully and I'm a hypocrite. There's some things that I read that people...
How does she twist that round? How does she twist that? Did you hear that? I'm such an advocate for anti-bullying. Who does she think she is? Could you imagine? How dare she question my credibility? My credibility. My credibility. My channel has been built on the foundation of hard evidence and facts. Hard evidence and facts. I can't believe she attacked me again.
If you are unsure about anything that you hear that I've done, I am so honest and so upfront. I am more than happy to tell you.
Right before she blocks you. Right before she blocks you. Or she'll probably block you before she tells you.
God, I'm playing the victim card right now. But no, legitimately, if you have all of this stuff happening.
You lure people in. You're a fucking predator. The final nail in his proverbial coffin. Part 1. Alleged charity fraud. I touched on this in my last video. If you want to see the full story, I'll link the first part in the description box, or you can just go to my channel and look at it because I have 4 whole videos. I know, I'm working on it, okay? And I'm just simply not going to drag this on any longer than I have to, but taking someone's emotional breakdown without their permission and then saying that you do have their permission the whole time.
Here is Amra's response to my questions. Hey John, I'm responding to one of your questions. Why were you so angry on Snapchat? I asked her quite a few questions. So this is the one that she gave me an answer for. And I spoke to her. I had a conversation with her. And we spoke quite a lot. Like, we had conversations backwards and forwards. And I really liked her. I genuinely did really like her.
To cut it up and make little ringtones out of it without their permission. Then when you're questioned about where the money is going, to allege that you did it all for the sake of donating the unspecified profits to a charity and blaming it on Here for the T2, which made no fucking sense.
I would like to say a massive thank you to my best friend Sam Abbey for telling me on the phone that this would be a good idea to do ringtones like this. I'm really grateful because we raised £187.
I mean, what the fuck? I mean, you're just all over the fucking place with this. To do all of that without their permission is fraudulent. And did nobody notice how the charity just so happened to magically receive his donation right after everything blew up and he was accused of charity fraud? All of a sudden, they got the money fine. He got the notification about it fine. Everything's fine. But then, oh no, it wasn't the money from the ringtones. I donated that to shut people up.
I didn't want to give you the name of the charity before we made the donation because there's people outside the Cookie farm that would just go and harass them.
That was an option to fix the situation to you. It's fraudulent and illegal.
I feel happy and I feel confident knowing that I never jumped onto a bandwagon of literally dragging someone for the sake of dragging them. With me, it was always evidence-based and it wasn't twisted.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And the fact that after maybe 10 minutes, you immediately disabled the comments and likes to dislikes on your video addressing it. You don't run and hide because you just got out of church and then donated to charity. It just doesn't work like that. I feel like that video and then the actions that immediately followed says it all for me. Part 2. I was going to talk about your little cookie cult Facebook groups that you advertise, much like yourself, as being open to everyone and all voices and opinions, since we're just, you know, pouring a cup of tea and just chit-chatting, right? But then you turn around and appoint comment moderators on not only your groups, but on your comments on your YouTube section, ensuring that not all voices are heard. God forbid your precious cookie fam voice their opinion that could be any, even slightly contrary to yours. Block. Done. Not part of the cookie fam anymore. Fuck your family, you're out. Fuck, I mean, I don't know about you, but that's no definition of family that I've ever fucking heard of. And then to appoint those moderators, which you always have to reappoint because the old ones got some sense and started actually reading the shit that was being posted about you and got the fuck out of there. And then telling them to literally delete any and all negative comments or even slight criticism towards you the fuck out, and disguise it as you defending yourself against attacks on the cookie fam. To kick out and block anyone and everyone who question you or are even fans of your enemies because you have created enemies, because they're clearly just moles to send and inspire. And your family because they're jealous of you and jealous of your success and want to make money off of your name. You really think that you are like the second coming of Christ, don't you? First, you were a fine artist, and then you were a biomedical scientist.
Bruh, look at this dude.
And now you're a cosmetics brand. Eventually, right?
So basically, some of you may not know there is a company called La Rock. But she hadn't heard anything back yet. I think it's very tricky, and I think it's very difficult to be able to tell what by Sheila. Basically, there was a liquid lipstick by which has been circulating all around. You are making a video with 1.7 to 2 million views. I do not think it's a coincidence that this brand that I think a lot of people haven't heard of, so it does seem very suspicious that this brand we have not heard of before may be doing an undeclared sponsorship. Who knows? Now, from what I believe, they are affiliated, which means they do receive a portion of the earnings if this product is sold. So what you think about this? Do you think it's fair? Because I respect everyone's grind. I respect all these people making the millions from Morphe codes, etc, etc. I have no problem whatsoever with that. We are going to be doing a live smelling of this product as we go along, and also I'm going to break the ingredients down because, you know, my background is in chemistry and then biomedical science.
Explain yourself. And why you on that bullshit?
Complaint on this product by the claimant was that smell, that texture, the lipstick is disgusting and unusable. I can't decide if it smells like rubbing alcohol, nail polish remover, or strong cleaning products. It feels like oil on the lips and dries within a second into a crackly mess. I know that this cannot be the lipstick that everyone is raving about. Are they? Why are they still selling them if they have a bad batch? When I smell the lipstick, I get lightheaded. Okay, so this is the shade there. And I've also done a slightly thicker one just to see if that dries. Okay, so when I did try this earlier, it was actually on the contrary, it didn't dry, which was very strange. Let's see. But now, the much anticipated smell.
Fatality.
Oh my god, that is disgusting. It feels like it goes through you. Like, really goes through you. I do think I know what this is. I do think I have an idea. If I try and describe it to you, wow, this is really me putting myself out there. If I try and describe the smell to you of this liquid lipstick, it smells like burning or molten plastic. Can I show you something for an example? I have an unfinished formula which I'm not releasing for liquid lipstick. I've got it on my face. Get it off! So let's do this swatch. I have to stress this pigment isn't FDA approved or anything like that. It is literally just a pigment. So I'll do like a thin one and a thick one. I don't want to show the handle because it's in generic packaging. If we go over to mine and give them a rub. See, there's not really, mine don't really come off that much. Mine aren't as rubbery, see? Just for the benefit of the doubt, perhaps it's the applicator head, so I've got a big lump on the end, and I'm going to see if that catches a light solely by itself. That's straight up. Okay, you know what? This is probably really silly, but why don't we actually just see if it catches fire from here, because there's no fabric on the lid, so it would be generic, it would be the actual formula.
I was going to talk about your artwork that shares a striking resemblance to earlier work by another artist and another artist. Your tweet and delete, tweet and delete, tweet and delete fucking ass striking other channels' videos.
I think this is part 5. I forget, because they keep getting copyright striked and removed.
That one got me, because you struck down quite a few videos that weren't even hateful. They were ex-Kuckian members, and you tried to take their videos down. The one thing that you built yourself up on, the one thing you express yourself with, and no content is off limits to you, but you deny others of that right. That's fucked up. That's like really fucked up. When it's not even copyrighted material, it's not hateful, or even about you lying about your own goddamn eye color. By the way, if you ever wondered why his eyes are so red and like irritated looking, and he makes up like these weird excuses that make absolutely no sense, it's because he wears blue contacts. He doesn't actually have the blue eyes. I did not even know that. He doesn't even have fucking blue eyes. And you know, my mom always did tell me not to trust someone who hides their own eyes. Makes sense. But I think the worst part about all of this is that you don't, and probably will never, just fucking own it. You're a drama channel. You are not a biomedical scientist with a fine art degree. You are not a beauty guru. You are not the leader of a cosmetics brand. You're not a journalist. You're not an investigative journalist. You're not some beacon of truth. You shade. You talk shit. You lie a lot about almost everything, even your own schooling. I mean, you even said in your own video that you all of a sudden had to pack up and move because of security. No, it was because, and I mean, everyone knows this. I don't know why you say these lies on camera, as if the truth isn't already out there and people don't already know. I mean, that's what makes no sense to me. I mean, it would be like me sitting here being like, this dress isn't gray, it's fucking purple. This dress is purple. And if you disagree, you're attacking me and my subscriber base personally. And we take that very seriously. You dropped out of school to do YouTube, and obviously they don't allow students to be in student housing when they're not students anymore. Like, am I the only one, like, with the fucking light bulb going on above my head? No, just me. You know, you shade, you talk shit, you love when shit goes down, and you like to grab your popcorn and watch. And that is all fine and fucking dandy. But just own it. And maybe, if you can find it within yourself to just have a little fucking integrity while you do it. I think one thing that everyone always has to remember is your vibe attracts your tribe. Like I said, this isn't something new. If you go back, and I did go back to the beginning of all your videos, and I watched them and I rewatched them, and it was always there. Let me make it very clear. I am not a fan of Jeffree Star. I personally love makeup, and I can always set the person aside and assess their makeup because those two things are separate. But as a person, I don't agree with a lot of things he's done. I don't agree with a lot of the things that he's said, but you know, he has apologized for them. But even all of that aside, it's ugly. You've gotten ugly, and you've always been like that. And I don't know why I didn't see it. Just like the first one, I don't really know how to like end a video like this. As far as this whole fucking John Kuckian thing goes, I planned on getting a lot more in detail about a lot of these situations. This video would just quite simply never fucking end if I did. I will link a few videos in my description box that can help clear up some of the gray areas that might still be there. I know I kind of had to jump around a lot in this video, but I just wanted to touch on as many things as I could and still touch on the relevant videos that were just recently made that I had to go back and just redo this entire thing. Thus the ridiculous delay. And comment down below and let me know what you think. I genuinely and honestly appreciate and love every single one of you that has decided to stick around. I don't know, call me weird, call me sad, I don't know, sentimental. I think it's really fucking cool. I hope that all of this stupid shit aside, that you've had a really good day and that maybe this video can take your mind off of some of the shit that you're dealing with. And always remember, your vibe attracts your tribe. Bye.